Did you know that most people only realize they need a survival first aid kit after an emergency already happens? That's a scary thought, especially when you're out camping, hiking in the middle of nowhere, or even stuck during a roadside emergency with no help nearby. And here's the crazy part. Not all first aid kits are actually designed to handle real survival situations. Some are packed with useless filler items, while others are missing critical gear that could literally save your life. So in today's video, we're counting down the 5 best survival first aid kits in 2026 that are actually worth your money and can help keep you prepared for almost anything. We compared durability, medical supplies, portability, survival tools, and overall value to see which kits truly stand out from the competition. Whether you're an outdoor adventurer, prepper, traveler, or just someone who likes being prepared, there's definitely a kit on this list for you. And trust me, the number 1 pick completely surprised me because it's built on an entirely different level compared to the others. Make sure you watch until the end so you don't miss it. Also, I'd love to know which survival kit you would personally choose, so drop your thoughts in the comments below. And remember, all the links are in the description. Now let's jump right into it. Number 5. The 8Help 520 Pieces Premium First Aid Kit is one of those survival kits that instantly grabs your attention because of just how much gear you get packed inside one bag. Seriously, when you first open it up, it almost feels like a mini emergency room designed for survival situations. But what really makes this kit stand out isn't just the massive 520-piece count, it's the organization. Everything is separated into clearly labeled compartments, so instead of digging around during an emergency, you can instantly grab what you need. And in a real-life situation, that matters way more than people think. Imagine trying to find gauze or a tourniquet while someone is injured and panicking. Organization can literally save time and lives. Compared to some cheaper first aid kits that throw supplies into random plastic pouches, the 8Help kit feels much more professional and thoughtfully designed. The heavy-duty 1680D polyester material also gives it a rugged tactical feel that's built for camping, hiking, road trips, and emergency vehicle storage. It's even mall-compatible, which is a huge advantage if you already use tactical backpacks or outdoor gear setups. Now, compared to the Poigit kit later on this list, the 8Help definitely offers more total items and feels slightly more heavy-duty overall, but it's also a bit bulkier. So, if you want maximum supplies over portability, this one has the edge. Inside, you get everything from standard bandages and antiseptic wipes to more serious trauma tools like a tourniquet and emergency blanket, which instantly makes it more survival-focused than those basic home-only first aid kits you see everywhere online. One thing I really like is that it balances beginner-friendly organization with advanced emergency tools, making it great for both families and experienced outdoor users. However, some people may feel the large item count includes a few filler pieces compared to more specialized kits higher on this list. Still, for the overall price, versatility, and preparedness level, it's honestly hard to complain. If you want a survival first aid kit that covers almost every situation without spending a fortune, the 8Help 520-piece kit is a fantastic option. But what do you think? Would you rather have a huge all-in-one kit like this or something smaller and more compact? Let me know in the comments. Number 4. Coming in at number 4, we have the Poigit Premium 420-piece large first aid kit, and this one honestly feels like the smarter, more streamlined cousin of the 8Help kit we just talked about. At first glance, the two kits seem very similar because both are loaded with medical supplies and survival essentials, but once you start comparing them side by side, the differences become pretty clear. The Poigit kit focuses less on overwhelming you with hundreds of extra pieces and instead prioritizes portability and practical organization. And honestly, that makes a huge difference if you're someone who actually plans on carrying this kit in your vehicle, backpack, or camping setup regularly. The overall design is compact enough to slide under a car seat or fit comfortably inside a travel bag without taking up tons of space. That alone gives it a big advantage over bulkier competitors. The nylon shell also feels durable and resistant to rough outdoor use, while the layered compartments keep everything organized and easy to access during emergencies. And let's be real, when something stressful happens, nobody wants to waste time searching through a messy bag. Compared to the 8-Help kit, the Poigic sacrifices a little overall quantity but improves efficiency by focusing on more useful medical supplies instead of stuffing in excessive filler items. It still includes essentials like bandages, antiseptic wipes, gauze pads, trauma shears, CPR tools, and emergency blankets, so you're definitely not missing anything important. What impressed me most is how balanced this kit feels. It works great for families, campers, road trippers, and even office environments without feeling overly tactical or intimidating. That's something many survival kits struggle with because they either go too basic or too military style. Another thing worth mentioning is the overall value for money. You're getting a very complete emergency setup without paying premium tactical kit pricing. However, if you're specifically looking for hardcore trauma gear like advanced wound closure systems or chest seals, some of the higher-ranked kits do a better job in that area. But for everyday emergency preparedness mixed with outdoor survival capability, the Poigic kit hits a really sweet spot. Honestly, this is probably one of the most practical kits for the average person watching this video. So, if you had to choose between maximum portability or maximum supply count, which would matter more to you? Drop your answer below because I'm really curious to see what people prefer. Number 3. At number 3, we have the VREXD Premium 320-piece First Aid Kit. And this is where things start getting really interesting because this kit takes a completely different approach compared to the first two options. Instead of focusing mainly on huge supply counts, VREX puts most of its attention into protection and durability, and honestly, that decision makes a lot of sense for serious outdoor survival situations. The biggest standout feature here is the hard shell EVA case. Unlike soft-sided nylon bags that can get crushed, soaked, or damaged during rough travel, this thing feels like a tank. It's waterproof, shockproof, scratch-resistant, and designed to survive harsh conditions that would easily ruin many standard first aid kits. If you're someone who spends time boating, off-roading, hiking in rough terrain, or dealing with unpredictable weather, this level of protection becomes incredibly important. And compared to the Poigic or 8-Help kits, the difference is immediately noticeable. Those kits offer more flexibility and slightly larger storage capacity, but the VREXD kit absolutely dominates when it comes to protecting the actual medical supplies inside. That means your bandages, gauze, medications, and emergency tools stay dry and usable even in bad environments. The internal organization is also excellent, with mesh compartments that let you quickly identify supplies during stressful situations. Now, yes, the 320-piece count is lower than the larger kits earlier on the list, but honestly, this kit feels much more focused and refined. It avoids stuffing in unnecessary filler items and instead delivers a more durable survival experience overall. However, this does create a trade-off. Compared to the Survive X kit coming up next, the VREXD lacks some advanced trauma-focused equipment designed specifically for severe injuries. So while this hard shell design is amazing for environmental protection, it's not quite as medically advanced for high-risk survival scenarios. Still, for outdoor adventurers who prioritize durability above everything else, this kit is seriously impressive. It's one of those products where you can instantly tell it was designed for real-world use instead of just looking good in product photos online. And honestly, that's something I really appreciate. So here's a question for you. Would you rather have more supplies or stronger protection for the supplies themselves? Because this kit definitely leans heavily toward durability, and I can totally see why some people would prefer that approach. Number 2. Now at number 2, we have the Survive X Large First Aid Kit, and this is where the list starts moving into serious survival territory. While the previous kits focused mainly on organization, portability, or durability, the Survive X kit is all about advanced emergency response and practical trauma care. And honestly, this thing feels like it was designed by people who actually understand real outdoor emergencies. The biggest feature that immediately separates it from almost every standard first aid kit on the market is the inclusion of professional-grade zip-stitch wound closure strips. That alone is a massive upgrade because deep cuts and lacerations are one of the biggest dangers during camping, hiking, hunting, or off-grid travel. Most kits only give you simple bandages and expect you to somehow manage serious wounds on your own, but the SurviveX kit actually gives you tools designed to temporarily close injuries until professional help arrives. Compared to the Vrakst hardshell kit, the SurviveX sacrifices a little environmental protection, but absolutely crushes it in medical capability. This kit feels more focused on survival medicine rather than just basic first aid. The water-resistant nylon shell is still rugged enough for outdoor use, and the fold-out compartment system keeps everything easy to access during emergencies. Inside, you get an excellent combination of everyday essentials and advanced trauma gear, including a tourniquet, emergency blanket, gauze, antiseptics, and survival-focused medical tools that make this kit feel genuinely prepared for worst-case scenarios. What really impressed me is how balanced the kit feels between professional-level preparedness and user-friendly organization. Some tactical trauma kits can feel overwhelming for average users, but SurviveX manages to stay approachable while still delivering serious capability. Compared to the AidHelp and Poigit kits, this one clearly prioritizes quality over quantity, and honestly, I think that's the right move for survival situations. You may get fewer total items, but the items included are much more useful when things get dangerous. The only reason it didn't take the #1 spot is because there's still one kit on this list that goes even further into true tactical survival territory. But for campers, hikers, overlanders, and anyone who spends time far away from immediate medical help, the SurviveX kit is incredibly impressive. And honestly, this is probably the point where most people watching will start realizing how underprepared their current first aid kit actually is. So tell me, do you prefer kits designed for everyday emergencies or ones built specifically for worst-case survival situations? Number 1. Taking the #1 spot is the Rhino Rescue Survival First Aid Kit, and honestly, this thing is on a completely different level compared to everything else we've looked at today. Most survival first aid kits try to balance everyday injuries with emergency preparedness, but Rhino Rescue goes all in on serious trauma response and tactical survival. This is not your average keep-it-in-the-kitchen drawer first aid kit. This thing is built for people who spend time in remote environments where help may not arrive anytime soon. Hunters, overlanders, tactical users, backpackers, off-road drivers, this kit was clearly designed with those situations in mind. The first thing that stands out is the military-inspired tearaway maul pouch system, which allows you to instantly detach the kit from a backpack, vest, or vehicle setup within seconds. And in a real emergency, speed matters more than almost anything else. The build quality is absolutely top tier with rugged 1000D nylon that feels dramatically tougher than most consumer-grade kits. Compared to the SurviveX kit, which focused heavily on advanced wound treatment, the Rhino Rescue kit shifts fully toward battlefield-style trauma management. Instead of loading the bag with dozens of small adhesive bandages, it prioritizes critical life-saving gear like a one-handed tourniquet, chest seal, compressed gauze, and combat-focused emergency tools designed for severe bleeding and life-threatening injuries. And honestly, that makes this kit feel far more serious than anything else on the list. What's impressive is that buying these trauma tools separately would often cost almost as much as the entire kit itself, which gives Rhino Rescue incredible value for money despite its more tactical focus. Now, of course, this level of specialization may not be necessary for everyone. If you mainly want a family emergency kit for small cuts and scrapes, some earlier options might actually fit your needs better. But if you want the most capable, survival-focused, professional-grade first aid kit on this list, Rhino Rescue easily earns the #1 position. This is the type of kit that gives you confidence when heading into remote areas because it feels genuinely built for worst-case scenarios. And honestly, that peace of mind alone can be worth a lot. So, what do you think? Is this tactical style approach the future of survival first aid kits? Or do you still prefer more traditional, all-purpose kits? Let me know down below. Those were the 5 best survival first aid kits in 2026 that can help you stay prepared for emergencies, outdoor adventures, road trips, and unexpected survival situations. As you saw, every kit on this list has its own strengths. Some focus on portability, some on durability, while others are designed for serious trauma response and tactical survival. So the best choice really depends on your lifestyle and how prepared you want to be when things go wrong. Personally, I think having any reliable survival first aid kit is already a huge step ahead of most people. But now I want to hear from you. Which kit would you trust the most in a real emergency? Drop your answer in the comments because I'd love to know your pick. And if this video helped you out, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss future survival gear reviews and preparedness videos. Thanks for watching, stay safe, stay prepared, and remember, all the links are in the description.